Hello, everybody. So my name's Sabrina Smart. I am a doTERRA wellness advocate and also a paramedic. So I have a passion for natural healthcare, and I like to try and teach people how to work alongside medicine to get them the best healthcare they possibly can get. So I'm going to share with you a presentation today. We're going to be looking at some of the basics of doTERRA and why we use doTERRA oils and what the difference is between doTERRA and other oils. And we're also going to look at how to use essential oils for supporting our emotions. This is just one area that we can look at. It's really important to focus on your mental health the same way that you would focus on your physical health. That is really important for us to lead a really healthy lifestyle. We can't just be healthy physically, we also have to be healthy mentally as well. So I just want to share with you some simple techniques that we use with doTERRA to get you a good mindset. So I'm going to share with you a little presentation. Bear with me and we will pop over. So this is my personal information. Will share it with you. This is ways that you can connect with me. I have a Facebook group called Wellness with Essential Oils. You're welcome to come and join that. And you can follow me on Instagram and other social media as well. So a little tiny bit about me before we go forward, and I'll just let you know my story of how and why I sell doTERRA oils. And that is because I have two children. I have a 13-year-old with autism and ADHD and a 10-year-old with autism. And approximately about 4 years ago now, I had a mental breakdown. And this is why emotions are really important to me. So I'm just going to come back there for a second. So this is why emotions are really important to me, because I know how hard it can be to keep your mental health in check. I thought I was in control. Like I say, I'm a paramedic for a job. I tend to have control. Thought I was in control and I really wasn't. So I joined, I went to the GPs for a start, and I went on to medication, and I found every Facebook group with autism or ADHD in its title, joined mountains of them. And one of the groups I joined was Essential Oils for ADHD and Autism. Now, unfortunately, I don't think this group is active anymore, but it really helped me find natural solutions to help with some of the symptoms that I was feeling and some of the situations that we were in the household. Sorry, 2 seconds. And in this Facebook group, I went and bought, or due to this Facebook group, I went and bought some cheap essential oils. And I bought them off Amazon and eBay. They were about buy two, get one free. And they came. They didn't smell particularly great, I'm not going to lie. And they did absolutely nothing. And I was a bit like, okay. I'm a very science-based person. And I'm kind of glad that I continued to do my research. So I started looking into essential oils and different grades of essential oils and why on this Facebook group people were saying these things were marvelous, and then realized that they were using a brand, and that brand was doTERRA. doTERRA is the purest brand that you can buy. I contacted my mum, who lives in Canada, to ask her to find me the oils, and she said, I'll speak to your cousin, she likes oils. So I was like, okay, fine. Spoke to my cousin, and turned out she was a doTERRA wellness advocate for about 3 months. So I'm a firm believer of things happen right time, right reason. And that was my right reason. I very quickly got some oils for us at home, and within a month I began sharing with everybody I knew, and my business started from there. And I joined our corporate English group and have developed from there. I am now one of the UK top enrollers. I run a team in the UK, and we have lots of wonderful customers that we are supporting daily. So that is how I have got into this journey. So I'm going to now take you through to explain a little bit more. So we are looking at natural solutions. What this means is trying to give you something that comes from nature. So what are essential oils? Essential oils are volatile compounds that are found in plants. So they could be the roots, they could be the stem, they could be the bark, they could be the flower. It can be absolutely any part, but it naturally comes completely natural, and it comes from what the earth already gives us. There is no fillers, nothing changed in that plant by doTERRA, which is 3 key things. Okay, so big difference with doTERRA. Okay, so with doTERRA, we are completely pure. Now, many bottles will say pure on them, and that's really important to know that just because it says pure doesn't mean it is. There's no governing body on essential oils. They might have 1% pure in that bottle and they've just put pure on it. But actually, a lot of essential oils are adulterated. They are created in laboratories. They are not what nature gave us. That's really important to know. So that because of ours are 100% pure, we have a testing grade called CPTG, Certified Pure Tested Grade. That means our oils are tested, they're sent away to be tested, and they're tested again. And doTERRA are that good that they actually show you all of the testing that our oils have been under, and you can see that for every single oil that you buy. No other company is that transparent. So by using the oil, as you can see, they're 50 to 70 times stronger than actual having the herb or flower. So for example, 1 drop of our doTERRA peppermint oil is equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So it's extremely potent. And because they're that potent, you really only need a very small amount. How do they work? So they're really super effective, and they work by penetrating the membranes of our cells. So our cells are oil-based. Okay, so it can penetrate the cell membrane and get into the cell. In person, I can go a little bit deeper. I can't say as much online, but we can talk about the reasons why certain medications don't work on illnesses that are inside cells. And that is purely for the fact that antibiotics do not get into our cells. They have a different permeable membrane and they cannot get in. So any illnesses that are inside our cells cannot be killed off by antibiotics, but they can be killed off by oils. So oils can help to support from a cellular level. And also the third thing is our oils. Sometimes people look at our oils and think, oh, they cost more, they're more expensive than buying oils from a local supermarket. Well, yes, because that's what you're buying and what you are actually getting. But also ours are just pennies per dose. If you actually look, because they are so potent, you need so little that they actually work out as 4 pence a drop for lemon, 8 pence a drop for peppermint, 9 pence a drop for lavender. You really only need 1 to 2 drops if you're using them topically or in a diffuser. And also 80% of all of our everyday ailments can be supported by the top 10 essential oils, just so you know that. Okay, so a little bit about our natural solutions. So when you go to your GPs or medicine, we tend to have a modern approach where we actually look at the symptoms and we treat the symptoms. So you go to your doctors and they will treat what they see in front of them. They may well do tests and things to get a bit further down, but we mostly treat symptoms. I am medical myself, and it is very important to work with medicine, and that is what's known as very, very important. We are looking for natural solutions for things that can be dealt with on a lower level. We're not talking about chronic diseases and burns and things that you know that you need to be in hospital for. We are not talking about that. We're talking about working alongside medicine. Now, doTERRA's approach, we actually look more, we do look at the symptoms, but we really want to get down to our root causes. We want to work out what's causing it in the first place and be able to support that. As you can see on here, it does show you the difference of our levels of 100% pure and how many oils on the market are actually pure. When you have a therapeutic, you have food, and then the majority of oils on the market are synthetic. This is just to show you our sourcing. doTERRA's work with co-impact sourcing, which means we source from all over the world. doTERRA go out and our founders themselves go out and they find the best, the purest oil grown in its natural form. So instead of just buying an oil or creating an oil that we could grow over here, we go and find the best place to grow it, and we will grow in that country. This just shows you how many we do grow across the world. It's quite I'll go through some certain oils and I will tell you where they're sourced from as well. But we do go out and we find the best that can be found. And they work with their farmers to put grants in, and they put education in, they put schools in, they put water, they put electricity, they put hospitals. We work with our farmers. If you want to know a bit more about the co-impact sourcing, do just go and have a look up for doTERRA co-impact sourcing. And there is loads online about the efforts that doTERRA make to work with a co-impact sourcing. So as you can see on here, we have other reasons, obviously, not just for the fact that we have the purest oils, but reasons to partner with doTERRA. And that is our co-impact sourcing. So we focus on sourcing all across the world, for sourcing the best amount, the best oil we can, and we give our harvesters and growers the fair and the right treatment. Our third-party testing, so we've already mentioned that as well, that each of our oils goes through rigorous testing before it gets to you. And we have a Healing Hands Foundation. That means we are giving back. This is Emily right here in the picture. She is one of our founders, and we give back to our communities. Healing Hands themselves actually gave me a donation at the beginning of lockdown a couple of years ago, and I got a donation for each ambulance station in our area to have diffusers and oils and hand creams and anything else that we possibly needed. They did donate them, and they donated them to many of us in the medical community. We were all asked what we needed, and they donated to hospitals and different clinics to be able to give us all, and that was all to protect our emotional health. Okay, so that's our little bit about doTERRA, and then we're going to look into how we can use essential oils to manage our mood. So I want to tell you 3 ways to use essential oils first, and these 3 ways are doTERRA specific, especially our internal use, but they are doTERRA specific. I'm just going to see, yeah, okay, so we have aromatically. So aromatically, when you breathe in, it goes through our nose, throws up into the olfactory system and goes up into our brain, into the limbic system. Our limbic system then tells our body what to do. You can control emotions, you can control blood pressure, you can control memory, you control multitude of things from our limbic system in our brains. So as you can see, this slide's telling you, feel free to, like I say, if you're in person, we'll be able to get you to smell the oil, but it literally takes 20 seconds to reach where it needs to go in the body. As you breathe in, it goes up and sends a connection. Now, something our brain does really, really clever, and that has muscle memory. So if you have a certain scent that you relate to with a memory, for me, it's lemon cake with my nan. So if you have a certain scent that will set off certain memories. So our brain is super clever. So every time I smell lemon, it makes me feel really happy because it makes me think of my nan. My nan's no longer with us. She passed away 5 years ago, and I love thinking about my nan making me lemon cake. It's just part of my whole childhood. So you have fantastic muscle memory, and your brain is able to tell you. So you are actually able to change your power of thought and how you are feeling within 30 seconds of breathing in an oil. Another way to use them is topically. Topically is putting onto our skin. So with doTERRA oils, we do recommend that you mix them with a carrier oil or a cream. One, it helps the oil to absorb, so less oil evaporates off, and it will also help spread it over a larger area and help that oil do the targeted area that it needs to do. Now, some oils you will be putting on topically on a specific area, like you see in this picture. Deep Blue is a cream that goes onto pain. It's a pain relief cream, so you would pop it onto the area that is needed. Other oils, if emotional oils, you might be putting them on, you will be putting them on across your heart, across your chest, across your arms, around your neck, up and down your spine, and the bottoms of your feet. They are the areas that get us quickest into our bloodstream and up into our nervous system. And then our third way to use them is internal. Internal use is very specific to doTERRA. It is very important that you only see when I say internal use and we talk about doTERRA. And that is because our oils are tested. Now, not every oil can be taken internally. It's always best to check before you take it, particularly with blends. We have a couple of oils with a safety cap on. They are wintergreen and deep blue. They mustn't be taken internally, and that's because they have anti-coag properties. But other oils are perfectly safe for internal use. If it's a hot oil, something like oregano, you are going to want to pop it into a veggie cap, so an empty capsule to take internally rather than putting it into water, because it's a very hot oil and it can burn the inside of your mouth. If you are putting things like oregano into food, then we recommend using a toothpick method, where you put a little toothpick into the top and then swirl it into your food, because one drop can be too strong, and one drop of oregano could ruin a whole dish. So understand of the potency that our oils have. But internal use, if you want to pop into your water, you can use lemon, you could use wild orange, you could use lime, grapefruit. Any of those are perfectly safe for drinking in your water, and also very good for our mental health as well as physical health. Okay. So let's talk about some emotional benefits. So every oil has a different oil chemistry. And now that is because of the way it's made. Some oils, because of the different chemistry buildup, they can actually have a calming and an energizing effect. They could have a multitude of different things that you can do with just one oil because of its chemistry makeup. So it's really important to know. So I'm just going to run you through some of my favorite oils for emotions. So first of all, we have peppermint oil. So peppermint comes from India and the USA. That is where they've sourced it from. Has many emotional benefits, has many physical benefits, but we're going to focus on the emotional ones today as well. It's known as the oil of the buoyant heart. It has an uplifting and rejuvenating to the heart, mind and soul. You can have, if you're feeling stressed or anxious, then this is a really good oil for you. It's got to regain the sense of zest for joy of life, and relieving any pent-up tension along with anxiety, fear of the future. Peppermint's really nice to pop on your temples. You can use it neat as well if you want to on your temples, but just bear in mind it is quite a cooling effect, and just please mind your eyes when you do so. I love to have these oils in classes so that you can actually smell them and do these things, but obviously being an online class we can't do that, but do contact me and we can sort out samples and find ways for you to actually be able to try them. So the best way to try an oil is to pop a drop onto your hands, rub your hands together, and then take some nice deep breaths and breathing in, holding, breathing out, and holding. That's one really simple way that we can use peppermint oil all of the time. We can pop it into a diffuser. It's really nice with wild orange and other oils as well. Peppermint's really also good for reducing, cooling the body and soothing the mind as well. Another oil I want to talk to you about is wild orange. So wild orange is sourced in Brazil and Greece. It is known as the oil of abundance, and that is because there is so many oranges in the world. We believe that there is enough for everybody, and the feelings of that with wild orange is opening your heart to be enough for everybody, reducing or getting rid of any feelings of scarcity. It is able to foster help creativity and support a positive mood, increases your energy, and invites individuals to completely let go and live from their true self, because there is enough orange in the world to go round. Again, wild orange is beautiful with other oils, but it's wonderful on its own. It's one we use a lot in schooling and concentration. We like to use a drop of wild orange at that time. I was just seeing if I had any on where I am. I'm just upstairs, so not quite so many in my room. Then we have lavender. Lavender is sourced from Bulgaria and France, has many emotional benefits. It's the oil of communication and calm. It is known as a Swiss Army knife of oils when it comes down to oils. Lavender is one of those ones that's really good for skin irritations, great for helping support mood and sleep. It's really good and known for relaxation. It increases trust and feelings of being heard and understood, inspires self-expression and honesty, releases anxiousness, constriction, and fear of speaking up, and promotes restful sleeping routine. It's an absolutely fantastic oil to have in the home and has multitude of uses to have lavender at home. Then we have tea tree. Now, tea tree is an oil that most people wouldn't think of to use for emotional benefits. It has, again, lots and lots and lots of reasons to have as a physical benefit. It's really good in your hair, It's fantastic for hair and skin. It's really, really good for making you feel better when you're feeling unwell. But it's also really good for our emotions. It is the oil of energetic boundaries, clears the power of the energies that vampires have over you, releases the hooks and ties to unhealthy people or things, and it's useful for anything from toxic people to overstimulation in the wrong environment, and encouraging healthy boundaries and respectful connections. Now, there is lots of books out there that you can get. I use Essential Emotions. Is a fantastic one. And it does give you a really good breakdown of each oil, of what they stand for. I'm just going to have a look at here. So it's a cleanser by nature. TEATREE is also known as clearing negative energetic baggage. The toxic relationship may be with people, microorganisms in the physical body, or spiritual beings. Through the empowering processes, TEATREE encourages individuals to relinquish all forms of self-betrayal, including allowing others to take advantage of one's time, energy, or talents, letting others feed on one's energy, not standing up for oneself, or feeling responsible for problems of others. TEATREE assists individuals in purification practices and in releasing toxic debris. So I absolutely love using TEATREE for my emotions. Then frankincense. So frankincense is comes from a man, Somaliland and Ethiopia. I couldn't speak then, sorry. It is known as the oil of truth, but it is known as the king of oils. What frankincense does is it makes any oil that you put together with it, any oil, better. Sorry, I think I couldn't read then. Sorry, I do apologise of me getting my words muddled up. So it increases our sense of being loved and protection in everything we do. Promotes feelings of satisfaction, peace and relaxation, connects us with the sense of spirituality, stillness and oneness, and it has divine masculinity. So if I find frankincense is, we have a little saying in doTERRA, and that's, if in doubt, frank it out. So if you don't know what to put on something, frankincense is always your one to go to. It is, like I say, it's the oil of truth. It invites individuals to let go of the lower vibrations, lies, deceptions, and negativity. This oil helps create new perspectives based on light and truth. Frankincense recalls to memory spirituality, understanding, gifts, wisdom, and knowledge that the soul brought into this world. It is a powerful cleanser of spiritual darkness. Frankincense assists in pulling the scales of darkness from the eyes, the barriers from the mind, and the walls from the heart. Through connecting the soul with its inner light, this oil reveals the truth. This oil, again, is a really good oil to use for our emotions. Bergamot. So bergamot is from Italy. It is the oil of self-acceptance. It relieves feelings of despair, self-judgment, and low self-esteem. It's actually a really good oil to use for children who have low self-esteem and need to have more confidence. I'm just going to find it in here as well. So it helps to let go self-judgment. So here it goes. Bergamot relieves feelings of despair, self-judgment, low self-esteem, supports individuals in need of self-acceptance and self-love. Bergamot invites individuals to see life with more optimism. Bergamot has a cleansing effect on stagnant feelings and limited belief systems. Because of core beliefs of being bad, unlovable, and not good enough, they seek to hide behind a facade of cheerfulness. They may fear revealing their true thoughts and feelings. Bergamot's powerful cleansing properties generate movement in the energy systems, which then in turn brings hope. It's a fantastic oil, teaching individuals to let go of self-judgment by learning to love themselves unconditionally. Bergamot is it's a citrus oil, has a lovely smell to it, and it also has one of these oils that also has those double powers, and it is able to help you rest off for sleep as well as for emotions during the day. Okay, so Aromatouch oil. This is the oil of relaxation. This is a oil that's been placed together. It's a blend. It has cypress, peppermint, marjoram, basil, grapefruit, and lavender. It's one of our oils that we use in the Aromatouch technique. So I am trained in the Aromatouch technique, which is a form of relaxation massage to dispel any negative feelings in the mind, and also getting rid of any of those the buildup of toxins in our body. So it moves individuals from stiffness to heart and mind to openness and flexibility, offers comfort in times of grief and sorrow, and has the ability to relax, open, and move in harmony once you move with the body and with more existence. It's a fantastic oil for relaxation. It's one it's known as the massage blend. It's lovely as an emotional oil, but its benefits as a physical oil as well is amazing. So any of those sort of like restless leg feelings, if you've got any areas of your body that need support from discomfort, then these are the right oils. I love to dry brush with Aromatouch. It really helps increase that blood flow around your body. Okay, so this is Balance. Balance is one of the biggest oils I use at home. Balance is it's our oil of grounding. It is a blend. So again, it has spruce, hoewood, frankincense, blue tansy, blue chamomile, and osmanthus. It strengthens the connection with the lower body, with the earth, and the ground their energy, and manifests with patience of a tree. Reminds individuals that to release their true dreams and desires, they must stay focused on a goal until it is actualized in the physical world. Balance is one of our oils that works wonderfully with both of my children, and it really helps. It balances those emotions. So it's been named aptly purely for the fact that it will, however you are feeling, it will balance you. It's wonderful to use topically and aromatically. It's not one for internal use, but we do able to use it. So you can use it as a massage, and you can use it in any way, in that way, and in diffuser. It says it's particularly suited for personalities who seek to escape from life through disconnection and disassociation. These individuals may avoid long-term commitments in work or relationship, preferring instead to drift. This blend reminds individuals to realize their true dreams and desires must stay focused on goal until it is actualized in the physical world. Balance teaches true perseverance by assisting in staying present with a specific plan or idea until it is embodied, providing inner strength and fortitude. Balance teaches all to ground their energy to manifest their vision with the patience of a tree. Now, Deep Blue, again, is one of these oils that you might not associate straight away with emotions. So it's one that is our pain relief oil, but it is known as surrendering of pain. It's one of our oils that I mentioned about not internally. So it has wintergreen in there, and it has camphor, peppermint, ylang ylang, helichrysum, blue tansy, blue chamomile, and osmanthus. But it helps you maintain mental clarity in the face of danger or pain, teaches individuals how to be an observer of their painful experiences rather than over identifying with them. Now, sometimes our pain that we are feeling is an emotional pain, not a physical pain. And in this case, then this would be a good time to use Deep Blue. Obviously, if you have a physical pain, Deep Blue is also the oil to use, but it's just being able to identify the difference between physical pain and emotional pain. And then Deep Blue is still the oil of choice. Serenity. Serenity is our oil of tranquility. It is a blend. Again, it's one of doTERRA's blends. Work's been done for you. Has lavender, cedarwood, hoewood, ylang ylang, marjoram, Roman chamomile, vetiver, and vanilla sandalwood. Has the power effect on the mind and body. Invites individuals to relinquish feelings of stress, anxiousness, and being overwhelmed. Assists in quieting the mind, releasing agitation, and inviting calm. Now, this is an oil that we use daily in our house. It goes in the diffusers. I have a sleep spray. I'm upstairs. This is my son's sleep spray for nighttime, and it has just some Serenity in the bottom, a little bit mixed in alcohol, and then water. And then we spray it around the room. I love the smell of Serenity on his pillow. I also have it in rollers, or I have it in a bottle with carrier oil this time, and then that gets sprayed on my arms and we rub it together, we massage it in, we use it as an oil for massage at bed. It's it's an oil that is mostly linked to bedtime, but it can be used in the daytime as well for emotions. It doesn't have to just be used at bedtime. You can use it all day long. It's absolutely fine, but it's really, really good at being able to help shut the brain off. And that is because it has vetiver in there. Vetiver is a really fantastic oil for helping the brain to actually calm and close down so that you can actually get to sleep. Because sometimes the reasons that our emotions and our sleep is pretty bad is because we have too much going on in our brain. Okay, so On Guard essential oil. I want to talk to you about the emotional benefits of On Guard. On Guard is an oil of protection. It is our oil that we mostly use at the moment for immune building. It has wild orange, clove, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and rosemary. It's a fantastic oil. We have a whole range of On Guard for immune boosting. But for our emotions, we can aid individuals in warning off energetic parasites. So it's also important to remember that not all negative things in our life are happening to our physical being, that they are actually also happening to our emotional being. So we want to get rid of those negative thoughts and those negative attributes that we are carrying around with us, to be able to help strengthen our inner self, along with inner resolve to stand up for oneself and live in integrity with our true self. Now, it is really important to understand that our brain works on a conscious and a unconscious level. And what that means, or a subconscious level, probably easier to explain. What that means is our brain will believe what's in front of it. So if we're able to subconsciously tell our brain that we are feeling happy, that we are the best version of ourselves, or if, say, there's a job that you want to get, that you already have that job, say it's an emotion you want to feel abundant in happiness, and anything like that, you can actually talk to your subconscious brain and constantly tell your subconscious brain what it is you want. And eventually your conscious brain will listen to your subconscious brain, and it won't be able to tell the difference between what is real and what is not real. You can actually think your way into a more positive mindset. And if you don't know much about that, please do learn a little bit about the laws of attraction. There's lots out there. There's plenty of education on mindset, but it's really important to have a positive mindset and tell your brain what you already want. And this is a really good way to do so. And you can take some really deep breaths of your oil of choice and be able to change your thought patterns, and therefore changing your subconscious brain, which therefore changes your conscious brain, which therefore gives you a much happier outcome. Adaptive oil, I think, is our last oil, and that is our newest version of our mental health oil, and it's the oil of adaptability. Sorry, I can't get my words out. It's our calming blend. So again, it's a blend. It is wild orange, lavender, copaiba, spearmint, neroli, sweet gum, and laurel leaf. So doTERRA's done the hard work again for you here. It's worked out what you need and what you don't, and what bits you need to put together, which oils work well. So you don't have to do any of that. It's already been formulated to assist anxious states. It's our oil for adapting. So adapting from one stressor to another, being able to move from one environment to another. If it's a new school year, a new job, it helps you adapt from one thing to another. Again, it's a fantastic oil, smells amazing, and its actual benefits on a chemistry level work really well. So I mentioned the Aromatouch technique. I'm trained in full body Aromatouch, but this is an Aromatouch hand technique. Now, anybody can do an Aromatouch hand technique. You don't have to. I'm just going to move myself out of the way just because then you can see what the picture says. You don't have to be physically trained to do the Aromatouch hand technique. It's a very good way to build confidence with somebody who's with you. And sharing connection with each other. And again, you can use any oil you wish, but we highly recommend obviously Aromatouch, but you can use any oil you like. And this just walks you through the movement. So you are just dropping a drop of oil onto someone's hand. You are rubbing that hand into both sides of the hand. It's really hard for me to show you with one hand. And then you're going to do a regional hand pull. So you're going to use your thumbs, and you are going to do your 3 regions of your hand. You then do a pinpoint zone activation where you use your thumbs to work through and you pull down each finger. Okay. and you will work your way down. And then you do the interphalangeal pull. So you have the hand facing up, and you grip at the wrist, and then you are using your other hand to stretch down. It's absolutely amazing. You can Google this if you can't really see, because I can't really show you on here, but I highly recommend doing this with your loved ones and doing it for each other. Teaching it onto somebody. I love to do this when I'm meeting people in person and giving them a hand technique and talking to people, particularly elderly. If you have elderly in your family, or you go to visit people in care homes and things like that, this is really important. And that touch, it's a big passion of mine, trying to get round and teach some Aromatouch technique to as many people as we can. Physical touch has been lost over the last few years, and we really would like to get it back. Okay, so I've rabbited on a little bit. This is, like I say, just to talk you through some basic oils. I am here to teach you as much as I can about oils and support you on your journey. Now, obviously, when it comes down to oils, I highly recommend getting books and education so that you can research your own products. doTERRA is, like I say, the highest quality oils you can buy. My information is specifically on doTERRA oils, nothing else. If you have liked what I've spoke about and you'd like to book a free one-to-one, my details are on the first slide, then please do. The best way to get oils is to choose a starter kit. You don't have to, there's a few other ways as well, but with a starter kit, you're going to get your highest amount of discounts. You get 25% off of the rest of your purchases. You get a wholesale account with 25% off, and you have the opportunity, if you want to join a loyalty rewards program, which gets you points for what you spend. Another way of getting oils is you can pay £24 and pick individual oils, and that also gets you a 25% membership. Or you can buy at retail price, which is the full price, and so you don't save that 25% discount. Generally, if you've bought more than 2 oils, it's worth having a wholesale account, because otherwise you are spending more money than you need to. But you can get oils from me in any way. We are not here to steal your money. We're here to help you work out the best options for you. We are a firm believer that everybody should have the top 10 oils in their home, physically and emotionally. Many of the oils we've just seen cover in a top 10 set. This is always good to know. And they are also, like I say, 80% of ailments can happen in a top 10 set. And we have, like I say, a multitude of different sets that you may contact me on. If you are interested to learn a little bit more about what we do at doTERRA, and you've liked the idea of the company itself, again, do come and talk to me about a business overview. We are always recruiting new people into our beautiful team. And if you would like to share the love of doTERRA with other people, it's very simple. And these are just for some example figures of what you can earn with doTERRA. If you are interested in that, again, just give me a message. So if there's any questions at all, please leave it underneath the presentation. It's been lovely chatting to you today. Hopefully we haven't gone on too long, and you'll enjoy listening and learning a little bit about essential oils. If you haven't had doTERRA essential oils before and you would like to have some samples, then again, please just give me a shout and contact me. I'll happily post you some out and post you some samples to try, and book you in for a free, no obligation, one-to-one to have a chat about how to get doTERRA essential oils into your home. Again, I'm on Facebook at Facebook as Wellness with Essential Oils. Sorry, we changed the name. Wellness with Essential Oils. If you want to email me, it's sabrinaswellness@gmail.co.uk, or you can grab my details off the front page. So thank you very much for listening. I'll stop rabbiting on. Hope you enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see hopefully some of you very soon. See you later.